How's it going, you guys? It is a really nice day out. It's a little bit windy. It's actually a lot windy. I am mic'd up. The weather here has been a little bit crazy, a little bit windy, which we're not super used to a lot of wind. I want to go over a plant today. This right here is a Mangave, and it is from Proven Winners, and it is part of their Mad About Mangave series that they have. And I'm pretty excited about it. It's got these really cool little speckles on it. Ignore the hard water stains. I've been watering it overhead. I try not to keep plants in their nursery containers too long because our water is so hard. But this is a really cool plant. These guys right here, this is a Mangave, and they are a cross between a Manfreda and an agave. So they kind of take both features. You guys know Proven Winners loves to create new plants by taking characteristics of the best of certain plants and combining them into one. So this is the combination between a Manfreda and an agave, which I had never really been a fan of them, and then Janie kind of pointed it out, and I was like, okay, I'll trust you. We'll see what happens. And I got it home, and it's been sitting in its nursery container ever since then, and I've actually come to really like it. I have a perfect spot for it. It's actually going to go right there in that container. I have tried three different times planting that thing up, and I end up just killing it. I think it just wicks away the moisture way too fast, and because it's high up, so the water just really drains out of it. And it's in full sun. You guys can see this area behind me. There's a lot of sun going on right there. So this, I think, tucked in right back there, it's gonna be really pretty. So this one right here, it didn't have the name on it. Okay, I have my computer here, full disclosure. So if I'm looking down, because I know very little about these plants. So this one, I believe, is the Mangave called Catch a Wave. And it says on here, I'm going to just read it to you guys, because like I said, I know very little about this plant, but I'm really excited about it. There's a few of them on here after I was looking through the website of the collection that they have of them. There's a few of them that I really would like to get my hands on. I did talk to Proven Winners though, and they did say that the Catch a Wave has been discontinued, but they are going to be bringing it back. So it is one that's coming back. But this one right here, it says, unique looking wild and wavy leaves of this succulent. Catch a Wave is a second generation Mangave with more agave parentage, which shows in its characteristics. Very thick leaves, silvery blue green leaves are generously, okay, we're gonna wait. It is so windy. What is happening? Okay. This is why I wear a hat. This is crazy. We're just gonna... Okay. Silvery blue green leaves are generously covered with restrained dark spotting. The margins curl upward to show off its marginal teeth. Its upright habit makes it look more equally cool from a side view as it does from the top view, which I really like. Mangave is a relatively new phenomenon. It's a cross between the Manfreda and the agave. This rare hybrid combines the best of both worlds, the better growth rate and the interesting patterns of the Manfreda, and habit and refinement of the agave, which are, it says that they're very excited. Shall we say mad? It's the Mad About Mangave collection. Funny. So I'm excited about it, and I think that it'll be really pretty there. I think that it'll give that like icy blue color that I have in this bed already, and it'll bring it up just a little bit higher because there's a lot of green behind that bed. So I'm excited about it. Let me go over a few of the other ones that I would like to add to the garden. There are, I think, 3 that I want. The very first one that I really want is called Lavender Lady Mangave. And this one is so pretty. I love the leaf shape of it. I love the like dark colors of it. I think it's a really pretty one. It's got like this smoky purple color to it, and it looks like an echeveria, which it really does. It looks more like echeveria than a agave or a Manfreda. It's a really pretty one. And this one gets 8 to 10 inches tall and 12 to 16 inches wide. The other one that I wanted to look at, I'm only going to go over 3 of them because there's a whole bunch in this collection. The next one that I wanted to look at is called Spotty Dotty Mangave. And to me, it looks like a bird's nest fern with spots on the leaves. Just the way that the leaves kind of like wave and how green they are, it looks more like a bird's nest fern, which I love bird's nest fern. This one is Spotty Dotty, gets its beautiful spots from the Manfreda, and its thick, wide leaves from the agave. Beautiful medium green leaves covered with small dark burgundy purple spots, and it gets 8 to 10 inches tall and 16 to 18 inches wide. So it's a good size height, and then it like spreads out a little bit further, which is kind of the same thing that bird's nest ferns do. So to me, this one looks more like a bird's nest fern, but they don't mention that in there. And then there's another one. Let me see if I can find it. It's called Bad Hair Day. And I think it's so fun. Where is it at? Bad Hair Day. Found it. It kind of looks like a grass almost. And it looks like a head of hair. They show it, I believe, in a head planter. They show it in these little head planters, and I think it's the cutest thing in the entire world. I want to do that so badly. They're so funny to me. They're so cute. And I love them. They don't look like the typical agaves or Manfredas. I think the cross between the two of them is really, really nice. So this is one that I would, if any of them, I would like to find the the Bad Hair Day one. I think that's so funny. It doesn't get that big, I don't think. What is it? Height 8 to 10 inches, and then up to a 20-inch spread. And that's just because those like long tendril leaf looking things. And oh my gosh, I think that would be so hilarious. It just cracks me up staring at it. I can't stop laughing. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Catch a Wave one though, because I want to go over the specs of this one, because this is the one that I do have, and this is the one that I am going to be planting up today. So Mangave are not very hardy, so they are for those of you in warmer zones like me. I'm in zone 9A. These are for planting zones 9, 10, and 11. So if you're wanting to grow it and you live in a colder zone, it's going to be something that you're going to need to bring indoor during the winter time and give some supplemental lighting to. So just keep that in mind, but I still think that even if you, okay, I just got attacked by a leaf. Even if you got at least the Bad Hair Day one, it would be such a funny and cool piece to bring inside during the winter months. I need to find the Bad Hair Day one, because that one just cracks me up. Anyways, the Catch a Wave is a relatively small one, getting 8 to 10 inches tall and 18 to 20 inches wide. So it grows about twice as wide as it gets tall. And like I said, zones 9 through 11. And it can take poor quality soil. It doesn't want to sit in like clay soil though. It does want well draining soil, so rocky soil. It likes more dry conditions. That's why I think going in this container is going to be so much better for it than putting it in the landscape. We have pretty wet soil here. We don't have clay soil, but our soil does hold on to a ton of moisture. These guys are deer resistant and rabbit. They are deer and rabbit resistant though, so if that's something you have a problem with, you won't have to deal with that. And they are a pretty slow grower, so it's not something that's going to just take over in the garden and grow quickly. I mean, they don't take over in the garden regardless. They get, like I said, 20 inches is the Bad Hair Day, and that's not big at all for a plant. What I do like about this plant though is the spikes on them. I remember my grandparents having an agave, and these spikes were so wicked, but on this, they're not. They're not wicked at all. And same thing for the teeth that are on the sides. I remember brushing up against these things as a kid. My grandparents had some massive wicked ones, and it hurt so bad it would just slice my skin open. So this one, you can see there's still the points on them, but they are very, very soft. They're not sharp at all. They actually kind of are very loose, and that goes for all of them, you know. They're not, you don't have to worry about getting stabbed by them. I mean, it's not like it feels amazing, The newer ones here do hurt a little bit more, which is funny because they're new, so they should be much softer, but they don't hurt that bad. So I'm not worried about it. Also, I mean, it is going in a planter that's up there and you can't even touch it. But like I said, I'm not. Oh, hi, Wesley. Hi. This is Wesley boy. I don't know if you guys have met him. We have 3 dogs. He's 18. He just kind of wanders around. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing, boy? He just hangs out. Anyways, back to this guy. Not super sharp at all. I think that this is a way better improvement than the typical agaves and the typical Manfredas. They were just so sharp and just wicked. Oh, and there's Sadie right there. The only one we're missing is Freya. You guys see her in almost every video. She's up front with Brent. So let's get this guy planted. I don't have the proper soil for it, so we're just gonna use what I have on hand, which is okay. I think I have a bag of gravel, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of gravel into the soil to help with drainage. I'm not gonna put it at the bottom. I don't wanna do that. I just wanna mix it in there just to kind of help it not be like solid soil. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of gravel. I'm not gonna fertilize these guys. They don't love a whole lot of fertilizer. If you're gonna fertilize them, they need to be fertilized at a half strength fertilizer. We're going into the end of the season. I'm not gonna fertilize these guys or this guy. So I'm not going to worry about fertilizing them. They need a half strength fertilizer, and it's the end of the season. So it's not going to get any fertilizer at all. So let's get this planted in there. I cannot wait to see what it looks like. So this is what I'm going to go in with, is something that has a little bit of rock to it and a little bit of dirt. So it'll be a good mix. I'm going to say probably 25% rock, 75% soil, and that should help with some drainage, mixing it up like that. I think that looks so nice. I love the way this looks. I need to come in and just do a little cleanup there. I did plant it high, and that is because I forgot that this planter, while it looks like it has a big reservoir down below, it actually tapers down and it gets really skinny down at the base, so I wasn't able to put too much soil right there at the bottom. So with this plant, you do want to plant it in something that is about the same size as the rosette of the entire plant. So it is about the same size. It might be a little bit smaller, and you want to make sure that you're giving it well draining soil. You could even use something like sand. The plant, or the can that this was in, the soil that was in there was very sandy. So I think adding a little bit of grit was the right choice. If I had sand, I probably would have just added a little bit more sand to it. But I think the gravel works great, and I think it looks really nice. So I'm excited about that. I might come in and do a little top dressing of some gravel of some sort. I don't have any more on hand, but I might just go in and like top dress it just lightly with a little bit of gravel. I think that it always just kind of like gives a nice little touch to containers. So I think that that is going to be it for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for learning about a new plant with me today. I had a good one, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.